What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode. And on this episode, I'm gonna start something new right here, because every week I be going through the headline news and I be catching the headline news. And there be some outlandish headlines that I just don't want to just make a video for each headline because it's just so, you know what I mean. But today we're gonna go over some headline news that I done seen that I think is worthwhile to comment on. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it like we always do on this channel right here. We're gonna watch the videos. We're gonna react. We're gonna talk about it down in the comments. Trolls welcome. Everybody welcome. And I'm gonna pin this right here. Let me put this up here. Bam. So before we get into all like the crazy headline news, the first one is this right here. This one is about Tupac's family investigating Diddy for the Tupac murder in 1996. And we've seen Diddy lately, right? Diddy's been the downfall of Diddy, right? This is what the headline news is, right? The downfall of Diddy. So we're watching Diddy get put under the dirt, right? They got a 1-800 number for this man right now. So it's gonna be real hard for Diddy to, come from up under this right here. And as this comes out, more and more of all his shadows, right? All the shadows he has in the dark is going to come to light now after all these decades of the shit he been doing. So we know back in 1996, there was the beef between Bad Boy Records and Death Row Records, right? And Diddy always played, the dancer in the background around this time, right? No one, people really, at least at large in the general public, because this is back when social media wasn't a thing. So rumors in Hollywood and stuff like that didn't spread so fast, but there always used to be the gay rapper in hip hop back in the day. They used to call it the homo thug, right? It was Diddy all this time is who everybody was talking about, but the world didn't know. Only a select few of them did. But behind this gay rapper right here, Diddy, right? He's had his hands in all kinds of shit. And now, we've already known that, Keefe D and everybody that's been involved, in the charge for the Tupac murder, he said that Diddy had put the $1 million out there, right? He said there was a $1 million hit on Tupac head, right? And that he never even seen the money, right? The middleman took the money and never gave it to Keefe D. So like, once again, honor amongst thieves, right? Motherfuckers seen an opportunity and got over it. But yet Tupac then got killed for that $1 million, or however this shit goes, allegedly, right? This is allegedly. Everything I talk about on this is allegedly, right? Because this is alleged. But nonetheless, this is the picture that's been painted to mainstream media for quite a while. And now here's Tupac's family all these years later in 2024 now hiring a detective to look further in to see if the allegations, if there really is some truth about Diddy having his hand in Tupac's murder. So this is the first one we're going to peep.
Between the murder of Tupac and Sean Diddy Combs. This coming from attorney Alex Spiro, who represents Tupac's family. Now, this investigation had been previously reported by unnamed sources, but earlier today, Spiro confirmed to our Court TV team that he and a team of investigators has been hired.
Sean Combs allegedly had business dealings with Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who will go on trial next March for the murder of Tupac. This was back in 1996. Some have speculated that Diddy ordered Tupac's death. That, of course, is just a theory at this point, and we are monitoring the developments in both the Tupac murder trial and the federal indictment of Sean Diddy Combs. So a lot of information to come on that one.
And the case that continues to roll on, let's bring in National Trial Attorney Michael Schaefer just to talk about this new news of an investigative team that has been hired by Tupac's family. We don't have more details about what they found so far and exactly what avenues they are taking to do that, but what does that say to you? What do you think is happening, and how serious is this when someone hires an investigative team in a murder trial that's being handled by authorities, but this is a private entity requesting this?
Now, before he talked, though, think about it, though. Think about this right here, right? Think about this. Now, Diddy about to do life more than likely in the feds, right? He gonna get life or he gonna get a number that's gonna be like a life sentence, right? Or he gonna die, or something may he's for him to even worry about having to get this murder case, even if it was to go to trial, like he's already gonna be maxed out. Then anyway, all you doing is just throwing more dirt on a buried grave already, right? Because the man's already buried in all the charges he has right here. So there's like he really has. It really don't matter if he really does ever get charged with Tupac's murder, though. It'd just be closure for the family and history and shit like that. But other than that, yeah, it don't matter.
I always say, landslides don't happen slowly, right? You'll be standing on the side of a mountain admiring its beauty and glamour, and then 1 second later, you're buried in mud, right? This does not shock me. This does not surprise me. I can promise you this is not the last thing that we find out about people investigating Diddy and what he's done. This is not the first. We know of an attorney now who represents hundreds of families who are suing him for, alleged, freak-offs and sexual misconduct. So what this tells me is that it's just
hundreds of families right there. He has hundreds of charges already. This is the least of his worries right here, right? When everything comes out about Diddy, maybe he even had a hand in Kim Porter's death, and that comes out as well, right? So I mean, he can't get no more time than a life sentence in prison, right? That nothing else, everything else is irrelevant once he gets convicted, and hundreds of charges, right? And he's either gonna plea out to something, right? He's gonna plea out. He's gonna make a deal with the state and take a life sentence or something. Because I mean, feds don't come get you unless they got a case. So it's Diddy gonna do some time or something, or he gonna end up dead, or some shit's gonna happen. There's no way he's just gonna he gonna come back out into the free world, stay out in the free world with all this, right? There's no way. This is the downfall.
Piling on. Pretty much people knew for decades what we're going to start finding out things that people have speculated on for decades, and they're just going to pile on, because at the end of the day, how's he going to defend himself at this point? He's got a ton of money, he's got a ton of attorneys, but even if you have unlimited money and unlimited resources, if you are sued, by 100 different people, 100 different times, 100 different theories, at the end of the day, you as a professional defendant operating from a jail cell, you cannot overcome that. You just can't do it. And people know that they can pile on. People who probably wanted to go after this guy just feared going after him because they feared the retribution. They feared that, they walk into an attorney's office, hey, I have this theory against Diddy. And the attorney would tell them, okay, do you have $1 million to pay me for me to waste my time, waste your money and go after him? No, I don't. Can you do it on contingency? No, I won't do it on contingency, because if I do it on contingency, he's going to spend millions of dollars to crush us, right? So that's exactly why these theories have been rebuffed. Right now, people now have, any attorney will jump up and say, yeah, I'll represent you. I'll sue Diddy. I'll be on the headlines. I'll sue Diddy for you tomorrow, right? Yeah, I'll do it on contingency. At the end of the day, that's what's happening. You're going to see many, many more instances of people coming up with theories against Diddy.
They got a 1-800 number for Diddy, though. Come on, when have you ever seen some shit like that? The lawyer had a 1-800 number to say that if you've ever been victimized or hurt. How many people you think done call that 1-800 9 and really think they can pull some money out of Diddy, right? How many do you really think there is, right? Like, this is decades, they said, decades of shit being uncovered by this man. Decades. Y'all know how long a decade is? A decade is 10 years, right? So multiple, plural. So that's 20 years of time, long time of what this man, people that could have been victimized by this man. So, yeah, Diddy, the downfall of Diddy.
Back to this specific one. As a kid growing up, I loved Tupac, and there was, when we were in high school and Tupac died, everybody said, hey, Diddy did it, right? And it was kind of like, back then it was Puff Daddy, right? So a lot of people say that. I don't know if the quality of this type of theory is, but, hey, I'm going to be interested. I'm going to be glued to the TV to see what happened, the connection between Diddy and Keefe D. Let's see. But at the end of the day, that's what's happening.
It's really crazy, though. It's really, really, really crazy. Now, he said back in 96, right, everybody thought that Bad Boy and Diddy killed Pac, which is accurate, right? We all thought that. And then next thing we know, Biggie got killed right after Tupac. So we always thought it's a retaliation, right? It's a retaliation. what if the twist comes out though? Let me throw this out there. Allegedly, if this was ever to come out, what if Diddy had a hand in knocking off motherfucking Biggie though too? So he's really got his hands in both murders that really were some of the most pivotal, most noticeable hip hop murders that hip hop has ever seen right there, right? What if though? That'd be crazy because for me personally, being on somewhat like the western hemisphere of the world, Biggie wasn't like hella known like don't get me wrong, like big what was it, the One More Time remix, Big Papa, like the shit you seen on MTV and shit back in the music video days, like he was popping, but like when he died, he got huge out. Everybody knew him, and he dropped. And then that double CD came out. That double CD it was Life After Death came out, right? And that had that song with Bone Thugs and Harmony, had all that shit up on there. And I tell you right now, though, Biggie got bigger after his death, like any celebrity or entertainer does, right? So if that'd be crazy, and I'm just saying this just hypothetically, allegedly, if that was, because he ain't no spotlight on him for that type of shit, but it's just crazy, you know what I mean? Anything's possible though, right? But I don't know if that's really legit. Let me read some of these comments right here. Allegedly, Diddy had ties with Eric Von Zip. Diddy put $1 million on Pac's life. Yep, I seen that. Money was given to Zip, but Keefe D didn't get the money, right? Kind of like how we seen with the Dolph case, right? In the Dolph case, ain't that what he did? What old boy never paid the dude that he was doing the shooting with, right? He got the bread and he gave him he gave him the 300, and then he gave him the 200, right? Like, come on, right here. It's crazy, man. Then did the hit, then did the killing, did all that shit right there. Still got finessed out of his own money by the middleman. That's fucking nuts. Yeah, I feel you though. Everyone thought that too. He was responsible for both. Yeah, I remember that shit because in '96 I'd have been 14 in '96, and I can remember being 14 in '96. In '96, that was a good year when it came to like music, movies, everything. 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. Them was super good years right there. Saw that 1-800 number? Yeah, that's just wild. A 1-800 number, yeah. Please call in and tell us how you've been victimized. You know what I mean? That shit is wild. But here, let me get back to this.
The piling on.
Yeah, I mean, back in July, I think there was a report that Sean Diddy Combs had said, any kind of connection here, this theory is absolutely ridiculous, absolutely false. So we'll have to see what comes of this. But I believe we have some sound we can play, Michael, and then we're going to get your reaction to it on the other side.
So it's Pharrell, you, Puffy, Zip, and a bunch of Southsiders. And what Puffy makes kind of an announcement?
Yeah, that was stupid as hell too,
When did you actually hear? What was the words? Is the best you can remember what he says?
He said he'd give us anything for them dudes there,
Give us 5 names of people who would say, yeah, we heard Puffy say that.
We don't have to come from them. Al, Corey, Ween, Corey Rock, all of them would say.
Now, this was before.
That man spit them names out like bullets right there. It was long pause, but he spit them names out like bullets. He told all them names right there. And he's still locked up right now. He's still going down. He really thought by telling on himself that he was gonna get away with that the time had passed, and he really was gonna get away with that murder right there. You know what I mean? That shit is crazy how he went out. Keefe D went out hella bad.
For the arrest of Diddy, Michael, but what do you take from that? I mean, it's just everything, as you just mentioned, it just keeps piling on.
Yeah, this specific one, I'm very familiar with this exact case with this person. What you heard here was not credible, right? Even if it's true, it's just not credible. It's too old, it's too stale, it's not credible. What happens in that life is people will talk, and this Keefe D has proven himself to be the type of person who wants attention and talks a lot. And how do you get attention? The way you bring attention, if you're this type of a person, is you bring up the names of people who are much bigger than you. They say you punch up, you don't punch down. He's not going to get attention if he says, hey, my friend here, my neighbor was the person who was behind, him, and these are the 5 people that helped me kill Diddy. No, to kill Tupac. No, they say Diddy did it, all these other people. So at the end of the day, it's just not credible. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. People have hunted down the cause of the death of Tupac, and now they focus on this Keefe D guy, but I don't think other people are going to be brought into it. I just think it's bunk.
It's going to be interesting to see how this shit turns out, though. I ain't going to lie to you. It's going to be interesting to see what comes down the road for Diddy. But, it's a trip, though, right? I don't know about y'all. Sometimes I sit back and I look a little deeper in this shit, right? With it being election year right now, and you got Iran bombing Israel, you got all this shit in the world that's going on, right? And you think about, like, why did Diddy even have a downfall? How did he go all these decades and then get here and then just the motherfucking ship sank right here, right? Like, why did that? Is Diddy shit like really a distraction? Because I always felt like Diddy brought this upon himself when he started suing that liquor brand that he had. He was working in conjunction with a liquor brand, and it wasn't Ciroc. It was another one. I think maybe it started with a D or something, right? De Leon or some shit, right? And I feel like he sued them because he was a partner or like a representative, and he wanted more of the partnership or some shit along the lines, right? And then after that, the little shit started getting leaked out there. It just started like the whole, the frame started crumbling little bit by little bit. It started sinking into the ocean, and now we just seeing the decline, the straight fall of all this shit with Diddy right here. You feel me? But shout out to the chat. I see y'all up in there. Shout out. Appreciate y'all rocking with me, going over these little headlines. We're gonna get into some more shit here in 1 second, real quick. Let me just make sure before I jump into this next one, and we touch on all this with Pac and Biggie. So why Biggie didn't have protection in LA, right? Keefe D was a Crip. Was a Crip. Where was the Crip protection that Diddy always previously had, and why Biggie didn't have Crip? See, these is unanswered questions, though. That's why I'm saying, like, what if this motherfucker really got a hand in this shit, though, right? Like, who he from what I've seen and read and seen over the years, like, Biggie didn't even want to go to Cali that day because he already had the beef out there, and then plus he had that going back to Cali song. Motherfuckers have warned him about motherfucking, because in that song it's like, he taunting the West Coast right there, going back, that shit right there. So when I look back on this shit now, like all these decades later, it wouldn't surprise me if Puff really knocked off both Tupac and motherfucking Biggie, and this whole time we just been thinking he just this dancer motherfucker in the background, low key. He the most vile Nino Brown that a motherfucker ever seen, though, right? Like behind the scenes, like he's really like, out of Harlem be back in the 70s, like before Diddy, and I feel like Diddy's dad was like a real life Harlem gangster, though, right? Like his dad like really deep, so it's crazy though, because here goes his downfall. Now the light is on all his transgressions of all these decades of his life, and now it's open for the world to review and see who he really is, though. Like he been giving the world one side of who they thought he was. Now they get to see the other side of him that's really him too. You know what I mean? And ain't nobody like it, right? Nobody. But it's all the classics ain't even gonna be classics no more, because now when you listen to the classics, if you older, if you up there, if you remember when this shit came out, it's like, damn, this motherfucker did this motherfucker did that, damn, skip, you gotta, I don't know, because you gotta figure how many of the greats now we done seen, you know what I mean, and how many songs did, like, you can't even, the Keisha Cole shit with Diddy shit, can't even, motherfucker gotta skip that now, kind of, sort of. That shit used to be a banger too, but damn. It was said that the reason why Diddy took out Tupac and Biggie is because Tupac and Biggie were planning on creating a label together, and Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy. See, I didn't know I never heard they was trying to create a label together, though. I know Tupac was starting Death Row East, right? And this was right before he died. And I know Biggie was probably I heard that shit, over the last like 10 years, I've seen that piece of the puzzle come out more, that his thing was up. And I've really seen that, him and Puff's history, right? To my knowledge, y'all correct me in the comments anywhere I'm wrong, but I feel like they relationship was never like super tight, like Biggie didn't like he got discovered and got picked up by Diddy, and Diddy took him and brought him on, but like before that it wasn't like Diddy and Biggie was like one tight unit moving on a regular basis. Like, you know what I mean? So like they just really had a business type of brotherly friendship right there, and we know how those can dissolve real quick too, especially when money gets involved. So there's many ways that could go about that shit though. I wouldn't put it past. These people have been protecting them for years. What made them break now? My facts. That's what I'll be trying to figure out. Yeah. Well, Jaguar Wright though, the cold kicker about her, she say Snoop Dogg got a hand in it. Snoop been doing shit with Diddy and all kinds of shit. So if you believe Jaguar White, you got to believe it about the other people as well too. So that's why I'm saying, like, think about all the classic shit. Like everything is gonna be skip because all these people are gonna come out for the weird shit they've been doing. They said Al Sharpton was up in the freak offs up in here. You know what I mean? Al Sharpton up in these things. TD Jakes, all these people, you know what I mean? So it's crazy. Yes, Quincy, allegedly they were leaving and moving on. Yeah, that's crazy. I heard that shit though. Yeah, I saw the Jaguar. I don't know how much credit I give her. She's been talking shit for a lot of years though. She ain't like just new to the scene. She's just now getting the publicity because of the shit with Diddy though. You feel me? You believe her though? You believe her? I believe Jag. Did you see the last post, Lauren, before Nipsey's demise? And see, I didn't see that. I'm not familiar with that, but like I peeped her content for a while though. Like I said, I know she's not like super new, but yeah, it's just crazy. We're gonna find out here. Time shall tell right here. Time shall tell. This shit right here though, I don't know if y'all seen this. I know y'all probably did.
Professional boxer shot and killed 31-year-old Malik Birdsong was known as King Malik in the pro circuit, a really rising star. He was an LA native with an impressive boxing record, and he was rising through the ranks.
KTLA's Jennifer McGraw has the latest on this investigation.
It's here at his gym, Sweet Science, where Malik spent most of his time aside from work and his family. Everyone is in shock, saying Malik was one of the greatest guys. After a Sunday supper with his family, Malik Birdsong gave his mother one last kiss goodbye. The pro boxer never had a fighting chance against an ambush outside. Two men came out shooting and chased Malik as he ran for cover, then shot him again several times.
They both walked up to him and he said, "I'm not a banger." That's all he said to him. He was already shot twice. "I'm not a banger." And that was it.
His mother, Zanya Birdsong, says she's lost a piece of her heart.
Baby left here with a smile on his face. Bye, Mama. And he always gave me kisses.
He was 31 years old, known as King Malik. He was a local champ with a record of 15 wins, a loss and a draw, and 10 knockouts. A true rising star.
He trained hard, he worked hard, he loved hard. He was a good guy.
A man with big dreams, both professionally and personally.
Man have his first child at 35 and get married. That didn't happen.
The boxing community, too, taking a tough loss.
He just shined light on everybody, like everybody in the boxing community and his friends and family, like he was real loved. But especially here at this gym, it's gonna be different. His energy will be missed.
His family can't understand why, but believe their son was targeted.
He was a champ, and they knew him. And once he was a champ, then he got more respect. So, what is it, jealousy? Is it envy? Did he have words with somebody one day? I don't know.
And now is desperate to find his killers.
Took our son. He took our son. He took somebody that was really should be here.
The manager here at Sweet Science say Malik's smile was as bright as his future. His next fight, scheduled for next month, would have been his breakout moment. Anyone with information should contact police. We're in Hawthorne. Jennifer McGraw.
See this shit right here. This one's super sad right here though. See his dad there. His dad's asking like, he want to know was it hate? Was it envy? Was it jealousy? Was it words he had with somebody? Like, in this LA, right? Because they gangbang in LA right there. And he said he not a gang member, which I don't know is legit or not, right? We never know. Y'all probably know better than me. But if he was a gang member and he said, "I'm not a banger," right? Like, all that banging, whatever, his record would have been out the window for that. But, you know, clearly they didn't, and they don't say it all in this story, but they said it was a 15 to 20-year-old that got down and got out the car and walked him down after they shot him. They first shot him in the shoulder, right? They shoot him in the shoulder. He runs. And I think they said that he got the shooter got out the car with an Uzi and shot this man, and he was a 15 to 20-year-old, gunned him down. So that to me though tell me that it's more of, you know, that's somebody that came for a kill though, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but this is a hell of a sad story right there. He got a super strong mom though. His mom's holding in there super strong right there. Man, this is a super sad story right here though, because I mean, damn, this brother was 31 years old, so he already beat the odds of dying at 18, 19, 20, 21. You know, when you make the 31, you doing something right. You know what I mean? If by the grace of God, and here this is, you know, man gets gunned down, going up the ranks as an athlete, but yet some young 15, 20-year-old right here decided to take him off the earth right there, to have a body, to be that guy, right? To have that claim to fame, right? He got him one, right? That's just crazy that a motherfucker, the value of a life, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. But this is a dude that fight, though. He got hands, so you already know the motherfuckers ain't going to get out and give him no fair fight, right? They're not going to give him, he ain't going to get no fair fight. They already know, maybe he already put hands on somebody before, and this is like retaliation. I don't know what the fuck the cause could be for right there, but for a motherfucker to get out the car, bounce out the car, and gun you down, like, yeah, there. To me, I feel like there's way more to that story than that. But that's hypothetically, you know what I mean? Hypothetically, she wanted to be. What you mean? She wanted to be a single parent with all her kids? That's crazy. You from Los Angeles, so you heard this story, this one, because this happened like last week. I feel like I seen a gang of people doing reactions on this one right here. It was a setup. That's what that shit was. Damn, really? That shit was a setup. Yeah, Quincy, shoot me. Drop the link either in the chat or just drop it on any video right there. I'll peep that. I want to peep that post out if you got that shit. Let me take a glance at that. But yeah, this was a sad story right here with the boxer though. 31 years old, dies at 31, then died at 18, 19, 20. None of that shit. This shit right here. Look at this shit. So look at this. This is no lie. Like, I thought this video right here was like one of them like circus videos. Like, how the fuck does this car pull up? It's a Benz, right? That's a Benz pulling up right there. Look at this shit though. They pull up and it's gotta be a G-Ride, a Benz. But look how many motherfuckers come out of this motherfucker. How did they fit all of these motherfuckers in this one car? Look, so they about to break into this. They breaking into a pharmacy. That's what they doing. This is LA too. I don't know if y'all seen this one chat right here, but this one in LA too right here. Look, these motherfuckers is bouncing out and they breaking into the pharmacy. That's what they doing. This is the pharmacy over here, and they drilling a hole through the window, right? All these motherfuckers right here though. Took all these motherfuckers. Just imagine how hot this looks to anybody that comes down the street at night. Like, anybody just see all these motherfuckers right here. Like, you know they up to some shit. No fucking doubt about it. But I guess they feel that comfortable to be able to pull this lick off and be out here for as long as they are. Cause look, they out here for a minute. Look, he got the saw. He drilling through the window. They drilling past the bars. They doing all that shit. Look, we're at 1 minute right here. And look, we're gonna scoot it up here cause I ain't gonna watch all that shit. But look, this shit goes on for like, they got like a 4-minute run of drilling in this motherfucking window, and finally, you know, they start getting some shit out of here. They got like 1 or 2 dudes up in there, 3 dudes or some shit up in there. They little skinny dudes, little young cats right here that pushed up in here, knowing that them young cats ain't gonna get no real charge if the police do catch them though. Them young cats ain't gonna get, they gonna be all right. They coming from every angle in this shit. Yeah, these motherfuckers. Look at these motherfuckers right here. Look. Watch when the police pull up though. One of them dies though. One of them jumped over a bridge trying to get away from the police and died though after the police pull up. But watch, the police finna pull up here in a second though. Watch. They going back in. They ready. Where's the first one going in? These motherfuckers are deep. Here, we're gonna scoot it up a little more. Yeah, they got the pills right there. You see the pill bottles right there. They hitting. They made it. They hit the jackpot. After all that time they've been out there this deep. Look, here come the pills. You see the pills over here? He got the pills in his hand right there. Look, there they go. He got some pills right there. He's skipping. He's skipping. He got the pills. He's skipping. Oh, they seen the lights. Look, this motherfucker came out the window. Look. Oh, yeah, you booked. Hold up. We gonna run that back. Them lights pulled up. Oh, yeah, it's the police. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He came out with his pants. Yeah. Jumped in that motherfucker. Look, they all got in that shit. Look, here come one right there. He probably the one. That one right there probably the one that jumped off the bridge right there because he ain't get in the car. They smashed on him. Look, they out of there. Fuck that. There go the police. There go the police. Police on their ass. Yeah, police on their ass. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. They got a whole motherfucking hole that they got right through there. Look. They cut through it. They broke the glass, cut all these right here, and then push right up in there. Look at that shit right there. They got a nice little... They was out there for a little minute right there. Look. What else? Did they get in the door? No, they ain't get in the door. They got in that motherfucking thing right there, though. You see that motherfucking... That motherfucking hole is something else right there. Yeah, one of these motherfuckers jumped off this bridge right here and landed in this water. They said the motherfucker fell, jumped off the bridge, landed in the water in a boat. A boat found his body out here. So that's why they got all these police right here. There ain't no news like talking over it, but yeah, they had to go get that body out that river right there, or whatever that shit is, a lake right there. All that shit for some motherfucking pills though. All that shit for some pills. Let me check out this chat right quick. The streets ain't paying that much money. Yeah, look, motherfucker lost his life for some motherfucking pills for a lick. For that same lick that was hitting, they could have just went and got a job and worked like a month and they've been all right. But nah, can't do it. Yeah, get an online job for real. Yeah, Quincy, I don't see that. I don't see no link up in here. It ain't that link ain't posting. I don't know what's up with it, but might just drop it on like a video on one of the videos I got right there. Just drop it like first video I got. Drop that as like the first comment. I'll peep it when I get up off here. I'll check it out. Yeah. You can hit me on IG too. IG works. Yeah, YouTube definitely blocking that shit big time. Yeah. Yep. My shit is just go get her just like that right there. 303@gmail.com. I'll put it in the chat too. Yeah, I'll throw that shit in here real quick. Whatever worked best for you. And I'll peep that shit. And if it's valid, we gonna do some reactions to that shit too as well. This shit crazy right here too though.
Hitman on behalf of a gang leader, killing 3 men and 1 woman as part of a scheme to...
Hitman accused of killing 4 people in a wild plot involving stolen government money. Good evening, I'm Denise Valdez.
I'm Brian Loftus. It is a story our 8 News Now investigators broke. Our own David Charnes here now live in studio with what his sources are saying. David, you've dug up more now about this man.
And Brian, we've learned this alleged serial killer tracked his victims with GPS, taking photos, sending them to the man who ordered these hits. And police had stopped that same man hours after what detectives say was his final hit. But the trooper that stopped him left him with a warning.
Good morning, sir.
40-year-old Michael Coleman appears before a judge once again on 3 new charges of open murder. Coleman accused of working as a hitman on behalf of a gang leader, killing 3 men and 1 woman as part of a scheme to steal money from the federal government.
And if Coleman couldn't get to the target of who owed them specifically the money,
he would target their family members.
That violence spanning 2 years and 4 homicides. The first in May 2021 outside this Pep Boys. A 49-year-old man is shot and killed while working on his car. Detectives say Coleman took a photo of his victim minutes before. November 2021. A 39-year-old man is shot and killed inside this teriyaki madness. Detectives believe GPS trackers led Coleman to that victim. November 2022. A 57-year-old shot outside his home while working on a car. Documents the 8 News Now investigators obtained revealing 2 of that victim's family members received tens of thousands in PPP money for businesses that didn't exist.
Yeah, that's what he killing all them motherfuckers over the PPP money? Was that what it was?
Didn't exist.
I gotta hear
Tens
that
of
again.
thousands in PPP. 8 News Now investigators obtained revealing 2 of that victim's family members received tens of thousands in PPP money for businesses that didn't exist. February 2023, a 48-year-old woman is killed outside her home. Detectives believe Coleman waited in a car until she arrived, killing her with a ghost gun. Metro Police tracking Coleman to that murder because a trooper in Arizona stopped him in a similar car 12 hours after the shooting. But Coleman wasn't a suspect at that point, and the trooper let him off with a warning.
Justice Squad 3, 8:30 a.m.
Coleman previously served 12 years in federal prison for shooting a man in North Las Vegas. That man survived. In a letter he wrote to a judge before sentencing, Coleman asked for leniency and apologized to the community, saying, "The worst mistake of my life is or was becoming associated and involved in it."
This motherfucker did everything he could to get out that shit. He wrote that shit. People would call that work in the system, though, right? This is work in the system. Motherfucker already in there for shooting a motherfucker. He doing his time. He want to get out early. He don't feel no kind of like empathy or no kind of like compassion or none of that shit. He just sad that he got caught and he got to do a gang of time. So you gonna finesse the system, right? So he said the worst mistake of my life is or was becoming associated and involved in a gang. I know that's right.
Gang. And all this is gang related. The Pershing police
He got out and started killing for hire though. He came out killing for a gang leader. That's
ordered
crazy.
these hits was himself murdered this past May. Again, gang violence. We've also learned he could face even more charges in some other unsolved shootings. I'm David Charnes, 8 News Now.
That man got bodies right there. That's a real life serial killer right there. That's the motherfuckers the hood praises though. That's the killers. The killer's the one that gets the praise and the respect. You know what I mean? They tough, right? The motherfuckers is killers, right? That shit crazy. That's crazy. Shout out to the chat. Hotspur, what's up with it? She said, I noticed you're from Colorado. I'm coming to Colorado next week. What to look out for? I'm coming to work on a contract and then returning. It depends on what part of Colorado are you going to? Are you going to Denver? Part of Denver. Denver itself is it's got good parts, bad parts. You know what I mean? Shit. It's just a city that's got a lot of leniency towards drug abuse and drug offenders and lightweight crimes and shit like that. So it's a lot of little like. You know what I mean? Free for all crimes and shit like that going on, property crimes, shit like that. That's Aurora is probably worse than Denver. So long as you know what I mean, you ain't in Aurora, you probably straight though. You probably straight. Yeah, it's a hitman and out from behind bars. Where's the man that ordered the hit? It said he died though. It said the man that was ordering the hits got killed in gang violence too at the end. That's what he said. They said he got killed. The motherfucker that was giving him the money for that shit, he got killed.
In prison. Prosecutors say
convicted pimp refuses to be sentenced.
Meantime,
a convicted pimp refuses to be sentenced in court this morning. Only our 8 News Now investigators were there as he tried to argue with the judge. Vanessa Murphy has this story that you'll only see here. Now, we do want to warn you, there is content of a sensitive nature in this report.
it's no secret sex trafficking is a major problem, especially here in Las Vegas. Richard Babb's case is an example. Prosecutors say the now convicted pimp victimized 4 teenaged girls. He could face 59 years to life in prison, and he is still putting up a fight. Richard Babb trying to argue with Clark County District Court Judge Michelle Levitt and also trying to hide from our camera. This was supposed to be the 23-year-old man's sentencing Tuesday morning, but he's blaming his defense attorney, even calling him a monster.
He gave me dry, he gave me out. I believe he said everything that's going on in my case.
Defense attorney Ozzie Fumo, appearing here virtually, is a longtime and well-regarded figure in the Las Vegas legal community. Babb has gone through several attorneys. We reached out to Fumo about what unfolded here. He declined to comment. Babb could spend the rest of his life in prison. Prosecutors say his victims include 13 and 14-year-old girls he gave marijuana to in exchange for oral sex after communicating on Snapchat.
This is what the pimps is doing nowadays. Look, this motherfucker's a child molester, though. He a chomo right there. He got a long road ahead of him right there. You know, when I was locked up, there was a saying, you know, looking at this dude, like his size and shit, like you just look at like entering the place where he's about to enter the penitentiary, like looking like this, right? That motherfucker's too light to fight, too thin to win. He ain't got nothing coming. He ain't got nothing coming. He going in an environment where people have been working out for decades. You know what I mean? You around like, you know what I mean? He's got a long road ahead of him with a case like this, as he should though. You know what I mean? A ride like this, he giving 13 and 14-year-olds weed for oral sex, and he got cracked on Snapchat. What the fuck?
Prosecutors say his victims include 13 and 14-year-old girls he gave marijuana to in exchange for oral sex after communicating on Snapchat, and 2 15-year-old girls he sex trafficked, asking one to walk the blade.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I know I shouldn't be laughing. This ain't no laughing matter right here. You know what I mean? This is because the blade is full of a bunch of 15, 16, 17, you know what I mean? Young little females out there. You know, you see that shit, and that shit, I could only imagine if you was a father and you seen, you know, that's got to pull on the heartstrings. But yeah, here's a motherfucker right here that want to claim the fame to be a pimp, right? He a pimp, and this is what he's doing. He preying on fatherless girls right here, though. You know what I mean? Let me have been the father and found these motherfucking messages in my daughter's motherfucking phone right here from this motherfucker right here, boy. He'd have been hung upside down from them motherfucking braids by all means. That shit is crazy though. He said, I'll give you another walk the blade for me. Walk the blade for me. He over here begging her to walk the blade. That shit is wild. Yeah, he got a lot coming.
Asking one to walk the blade, meaning work as a prostitute for him. She testified he dropped her off on Tropicana, a well-known corridor for sex work. She was rescued after Metro Police found her in a car with a John. Babb went to trial.
Rescued by the police with a John in there. She was gonna bust that trick for him too. He done got her on the blade.
The jury finding him guilty of 10 counts, including sex trafficking a child, sexual assault with a minor, soliciting a child for prostitution, and more. Judge Levitt agreeing to postpone Babb's sentencing while he remains defiant.
I don't trust that.
Babb is expected back in court on June 6th. Reporting in Las Vegas, Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
He need his ass whooped though. He need his motherfucking ass whooped. Yeah, he need his motherfucking ass whooped. I appreciate you, Quincy. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna peep that out as soon as I get off here. Yeah, I do need his ass whooped though, big time. Yeah, monster right there. That's what they call him, pimping though, right there, right? That's what's called pimping though, right? Pimping. He a real pimp, right? He a real P. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. See this shit, they let the Menendez brothers back out. They didn't kill their parents, didn't they? Did the Menendez brothers kill their parents? Got all these white skinheads and can't crack them.
So 42 members of the San Fernando Valley-based white supremacist street gang, the Peckerwoods. The indictment charges a total of 68 defendants with numerous federal crimes.
And now News reporter Sid Garcia is live at the LAPD's North Hollywood station with the details and video of some of the arrests made today. Sid?
Guys, it was the LAPD, the FBI, the DEA, and other police agencies that took part in the takedown today. As you mentioned, dozens of members of this white supremacist gang were taken down, and according to the feds, they committed more than just hate crimes.
Taking the guns out of the hands of gang members, taking drugs off our streets, increases the safety and reduces the harm that these activities pose to our communities.
The LAPD, FBI, DEA, and other law enforcement agencies announced today that they've taken down dozens of members of...
That's a big ass bus right there. Look at all those motherfucking faces right there. That's a gang of motherfuckers right there. They just got swept off the street right there. Life as they know it just changed. Bam. It's gonna be a while. They got an uphill battle right now. I ain't seen nothing about no white supremacist gang in quite a long time. You don't never really hear no like mainstream news talking about, you know, all the crimes that these white, and this is a prison gang. The Peckerwoods is a prison gang though. This ain't just like this is all the head motherfucking shot callers. This all come from prison. The Peckerwoods. That's a big ass bust.
Notorious white supremacist gang, the Peckerwoods. The gang is based out of the San Fernando.
Look at her ass. She crying in that motherfucker right there. Her mascara running and shit. They had to use this. They could have used any other motherfucking pictures on here. They found the best picture to use. The motherfucking one crying.
29 federal arrest warrants were served this morning. 68 members of the gang were indicted on charges ranging from gun violations to identity theft.
It appears, however, that the business of hate was not enough for them. Their criminal activity took on different forms. Driven by greed, as alleged today, they engaged in drug distribution, multiple fraud schemes, and firearms offenses.
42 of the 68 gang members indicted are now in custody. The remaining 26 are fugitives. The Peckerwoods, according to federal law enforcement, have aligned themselves with the Aryan Brotherhood and Mexican Mafia prison gangs.
What we wanted to do through this investigation was neutralize this threat as quickly as possible. So as I said, we're not going to wait around for a tragedy to occur. We're going to take action right away. And in order to do that, we use every tool in our federal toolbox to address that. And that's what we've done today.
Again, 42 of the 68.
A lot of them 42 motherfuckers right there, though, they going back to prison ain't gonna be shit for a lot of these motherfuckers. Of course, they gonna feel some kind of way getting on the street, but they be, you know, the whites just got deeper back there in them California pens right there. They just gave them a whole bunch of more motherfuckers to have on yard call right there. A whole bunch more of these motherfucking racist motherfuckers to be right there. And that's crazy though. Yeah, I always seen these motherfuckers. You know, it's crazy because in prison, you know, the whites kind of go with the Mexicans. So you know, they kind of always, it's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like they function together and shit like that. It's crazy because, you know, the white supremacists like these Peckerwoods and shit like that be in prison and they be listening to rap music. You know what I mean? They be able to. They know the songs better than motherfuckers that, you know what I mean, the culture belong to. They know the songs, they know the whole nine, but yet they racist. I never understood that shit. I never understood that shit. How you be so racist, but yet you be liking the culture, and you be mimicking the culture and all that shit too. It's just crazy how they do this shit. But they don't wipe their ass off the streets right there. 48 of them. 48 of them. Let's see what else it was. If there's anything else. I think that might have been all of it. Oh yeah, this shit right here is crazy too.
Your most bizarre story of the day, an 81-year-old man from Montana is going to prison for cloning giant sheep. Prosecutors say Arthur Schubarth illegally used tissue from what's called a Marco Polo sheep, enormous Asian sheep, to create a hybrid breed of giant sheep in the U.S. Take a look. Arthur named it the Montana Mountain King. This scheme involving 5 other people was meant to create a larger hybrid species of sheep that would be more valuable for hunting ranches. He used his giant sheep to stud out others. He paid a hunter for the testicles of a large Rocky Mountain sheep he wanted to clone.
Damn.
Federal wildlife officials took Montana Mountain King. They're keeping it at a facility till it could be sent to a zoo. The guy pleaded guilty in March, and he got 6 months in prison today.
Gave the man 6 months in prison for breeding this sheep. That's a beautiful creature right there too. You look at that sucker right there. Look at that. That's a beautiful creature right there. Look how God work in some mysterious ways, right? He over here breeding these things to kill them though. That's what he got. He got people that wanna buy these for top dollar, so they can put them into the wild and they can hunt them down and kill them, and then they can mount this head on their wall as a trophy though. Isn't that a fucking cold way that human beings, like the shit we do though? Like this beautiful creature right here, right? Somebody just wants to kill him for sport, wants to just make him run, try to get away, and then kill it, just kill it, right? And then take all the meat, right? I think they use the fur, right? They do all that shit. Then they take the head and they mount that shit. That shit's crazy. That motherfucking. Yeah, that shit wild to me. That's a beautiful creature right there. Six months in prison though. What y'all think? Y'all think he should have went to jail at all though? What do y'all think? You think he should have got more time? What y'all think in the chat right there? 81 years old. He couldn't have really did too much more to time, and he must be rich because I mean, if he's got a laboratory in Montana, what they said he had and he used illegal tissue. Yeah, he's got some money. So I mean, he ain't got much life though. You know what I mean? 6 months. He probably was able to get out in 3 months with the good time served. So he probably did like 3. But they gave him a charge for creating the hybrid giant sheep. And I guess if he would have told the government, he would have been good though, right? If he would have gave the government the insight that he was. That shit's crazy right there though. What's up with the chat though? Y'all ain't got no headlines that Y'all ain't seen no headlines? Ain't nobody seen any headlines worth reviewing? Let me know down there in the chat. Let's see if I missed anything in this chat. What's up, Jenny? Good morning, Jenny. Good morning. Yeah, a lot of them inmates do got children too. Yeah, I mean, shit, that dude should get a hard time being incarcerated right there. By all means, they should be dragging his ass through the mud every chance. But yeah, what's crazy is motherfuckers, if they don't check his paperwork, he just be sliding through the skirts though. You know what I mean? Popping into a unit. He gonna lie about his charges. He gonna say that, you know what I mean, none of them was minors. He's gonna have to get exposed. You know, a lot of people in the pen do that shit. If they don't get their paperwork checked, like as soon as they get to the unit, yeah, they slide through there. You know what I mean? They slide through the cracks. There's people in the penitentiary that slide through the cracks though. Some people even got fake paperwork. You know, they done been in the law library and typed up some shit. They be having, you know, people from the streets. They gotta have their people check on it and do their own homework on people. That's how a lot of people get exposed in the penitentiary because yeah, they be having fake paperwork and shit up in there too. You said I paid $4,000 smash. Physics reading videos. It's all saying, oh, psychics. Okay, yeah. I seen all that shit too. But you know, when it comes to them psychics, it's really hard to, you know what I mean? Hard to give it too much validation because it's, you know, it's just a person's word on this shit though, right? It's just somebody's word. You know what they think. You know, we all think certain kind of ways and shit. So I mean, I wouldn't doubt it though. You know, if I had to take a guess, shit, it wouldn't surprise me. Usually be the people closest to you though, right? And Lauren London is. So I mean, yeah. But if y'all ain't got no headlines, that's really the last shit I seen this week. Those were some of the ones I saw that kind of caught my eyes and just made me think like, what the fuck? But I'm gonna start doing more of these videos at the end of every week though. You know, episode 1, I'm gonna have more of these right here. Y'all got headlines, let me know. But I hope y'all have a good weekend though. I'm finna tap out on this stream right here. I hope y'all have a good weekend. I appreciate everybody that's been in the chat rocking with me. I got some content I'm about to shoot out here in a minute. I'm just trying to see if I can get past this shadow ban. My videos ain't getting no like real reach. It's like taking like a week and then one video might pick up and shit. It's weird as fuck. The algorithm definitely done changed on me. But man, I appreciate everybody rocking with me. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.